Alright, you bastards, it is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I'm going to talk about something that I've heard some people say to put in your workout bag, and it can save so much weight, mass, and calories. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. And before we do that, if you're interested in detective stories, there will be a link to my book called Bloody Crosses. It's in Dutch. If you're interested, take a look in the link in the description. Alright, today we're going to talk about whey powder and yeah, if it could be a good substitute to put in your buggle bag. To be honest, my answer is directly no. And I will tell you all the reasons why. And yeah, to be honest, I don't even have whey powder. I'm just going to use this whole grain bread kind of stuff as a substitute to have something in my hands. But just to be short, don't put whey powder in your bug out bag. Because people told me whey powder is something good because it's very dense. Yeah, okay. It is small in mass. You can put it in a container. Okay, yeah. It's 358 calories for 100 grams. Okay, that's a lot of calories in a small package. And it's good for your muscles, they say. But yeah, it's good for your muscles if you are on a healthy diet. It's not a replacement, it's a substitute. No, a substitute, I mean, it's a supplement. So, what are the reasons to not put it in your bug out bag? Well, the first reason is the diarrhea. Every person I know that is using whey powder, I don't know if they are using it wrong, but the worst place to go is the toilet of the gym where they use whey powders. I can smell at my work if somebody who is using whey powder, I can smell it in the toilets, even if it's flushed. It's just such a horrible smell. They have to go to the toilet multiple times a day. So if you're on a bug out scenario, you don't want to stop every 30 minutes to take a shit. That is diarrhea, literally. So, and second, if you are running away, evading, or doing evasion from criminals, police, military, whatever, if they, especially, they can just track you by following the scent of your shit. Like I said, I can smell people who go to the gym just by going to the toilet, and I can smell, oh, they've been this amount of minutes ago inside of this. So imagine what a tracker can do. This is like a beacon for trackers if they are, if you're being chased by criminals or military or police or whatever. So that's another reason not to put whey powder in your bug out bag. And like I said, it's not a substitute because the person said it contains a lot of calories. Yes, but it's you will lose weight if you do not have a healthy diet. So you can only gain weight because it's an extra on your healthy diet. And if you're going to take in your normal calories with this as above, then you can just have regular food in your bug out bag and just substitute with it. Okay, then I can see it, but it's by God not a substitute. It has a long shelf life. Okay, can be sure. Usually the whey powders are in this kind of bags or in one of those pots, plastic pots, so to say. And yeah, they if you put them in like a vacuum bag, you can shelf them for 25 years. If you keep them in one of those sealed bags, 2 years, yes, that's pretty good. But the moment you open it up, one of these bags up or pots, and during a bug out scenario, yeah, rain, mist, snow, perhaps some water from your environment, damp, even sweat, even saliva from your body. If that's get into the whey powder, yeah, from the moment water will get inside of it and you close it off, ooh, some magical things will happen, and these will not be good magical things like fungus or whatever. It will can start to rot. So yeah, the moment so you open some one of these whey powders up and some moisture get inside of it, yeah, you have to consume it very fast, so to say. That's the reason why they have one of those scoops with them, because you cannot scoop it inside of the water of your bottle or something and put it back in, because it will ruin it after a few days. So no, don't do that. Another thing is, it tastes awful. Yeah, they have whey powders that have taste, a certain taste to them. Like I think chocolate is one of them that I saw in the stores. But every person I saw drinking one of those whey powders, yeah, they never made a happy face. It's like a struggle that they had to do. And yeah, that's not what you want with a bug out scenario, because you want to keep moral high, and you do not do that with an awful taste from one of those protein shakes with whey powder. All right. Another thing that is bad about it, I would say, is I see certain people in the gym who consume whey powder and they have cramps, stomach aches, nausea. So yeah, that's a side effect that certain people can. Not all people, of course, but certain people can, and you don't want that during a bug out scenario. Another thing, it does not contain nutrients, fibers, vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, so it's just pure protein, so to say. So yeah, then you can better have some real food in your. Yeah, some people will say, but it can be good for a short-term scenario for between a few days to 2 weeks. Perhaps it's a good. Perhaps it can be useful for that, but I would rather have keep my morale and my physique high up with some real food in my bug out bag. So that's very, very important. And the thing that bothers me the most is the people said to me, yeah, you just take some scoops, put it inside of a bottle, shake it and drink it, and that's much more faster than me with my skillet pan and or one of those filled bottles and cook something small on top of a fire. Uh, okay, you're right in that, but the problem is, have you ever seen the inside of a shake after it's not been cleaned? Because during a bug out scenario, if you say that you can do things fast, but the moment you leave something behind that is not washed thoroughly in a dishwasher with soap or something, yeah, it will get fungus, it will get moldy, it will be horrific the moment you will open it up after a certain amount of time. So yeah, you will have to clean it with things that you don't have, with time you don't have, you cannot afford. So yeah, those shakes, they are good as long as you can wash them thoroughly. And yeah, that's not the case that I've seen with whey powder, because some of my colleagues use these whey powder shakes, left them in the dishes, so to say, did not get washed, but a few days later, after a few days later, it was horrific. It was a massacre inside of that bottle. So you don't want that for your skier. You don't want to attract certain animals that will be lured to it, like insects, small game, and that kind of stuff. That's another thing you don't want. Um that's another thing. It's not for everyone. Certain people cannot consume whey powder or have bigger side effects like the ones that I mentioned before. Certain people who are lactose intolerant. Yeah, some of the packages say this can be drank by people with lactose intolerant because there is a lot less lactose inside of it, but there is still some inside of it, and certain brands have almost none, and some brands have. So that's something that you need to be very careful about if you are lactose intolerant or people who are unhealthy anyway. So yeah, then those side effects that I mentioned before can be even greater than that. So yeah, that's not something you can do. Another thing is that I've noticed is a lot of people that I see consume whey powder, they have more inflammatory issues, so to say. So yeah, that can also become because they train very hard, but I notice that these people are usually the ones who are have more sick days. Is what I'm trying to say, or they need to wear braces because they have an inflammation on their how do you call this? Not the muscles, but yeah, you know what I mean. So the points, the anchor points. So yeah, that's something that I noticed. I perhaps it's not related, but it's something that I noticed more with these kind of fitness gurus that use whey powders towards the gurus that don't use whey powder. So perhaps it's a personal bias, but it's something that I personally noticed. So I don't know what the science on that is. Uh, all right. So yeah, I would say don't put whey powder in your bug out bag. And I hope you heard all the reasonings that I have. I also called some of the good sides of it advantages. Yes, they are, but in my opinion, have some certain foods that with a long shelf life inside of your bug out bag, but also keep some natural foods that you can take that you have left, like onions or potatoes or borst. Look at that video, by the way, about the borst, which is a sort of dried meat. Have those, and you will be more healthier, higher in spirit, higher morale during a bug out scenario, which is already a stressful scenario, and you want all these disadvantages from whey powder inside it. Nope. So I hope you learned something from this video. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers!